See this? You know what this is? Yes, money, isn't it? Money. However, there is a distinction, and there's a real shift going on for me this week, I'm telling you. There's a distinction between cash and capital. Now, going back, I talked a few days ago about historically how we've had the landowners who owned assets that could then generate more money without them working, right? And then you've got the rest of us who work for money rather than money working for you. And there are some other fundamental differences as well. We talked about the fact that the richest 1% of the world own half of the assets. But the rest of us, the other 99%, own the other half. So in a sense, in terms of what we actually possess, the 99% is as rich as the 1%. But of course, that's not really true, because the way that we relate to money is very different. So when you are, if you're like the bottom 50% of the world who live on less than $7 a day, you're not thinking of the folding stuff as capital. It's literally day to day. It's what you need to pay your rent, to buy your food and stuff like that, just to get by. Truth. That's a fact. Nothing's really going to change that. But for a lot of us, we've grown up thinking that, believing that cash, that money in your wallet, that money in your pocket, that money in your bank account, has one use, and that is to be spent, right? And there's a huge psychological difference between the 99% thinking, okay, and the 1% thinking. Now, yes, you think, if I can afford to buy a house, but I'll probably get a mortgage, and that might go up in value. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, but here's the difference. I think that there's a huge psychological gulf between the haves and the have-nots, between the 1% and the rest, right? And guess what? That gulf is now disappearing. For the last 3 days, I've had money, a small amount of money, in an investment where it's being traded on my behalf, and I'm tracking what that money's doing every day. I'll talk to you a lot more about this, I'm sure, in the next few days. But there's, like I say, real fundamental shift going on for me personally, which is that I'm starting to look at things and going, okay, look, I could get a meal for $50, right? Could get a takeaway, could get a bottle of wine, or I could invest that. And I spoke yesterday about, the way that I'm wired seems that that it's kind of inappropriate. It doesn't suit the idea of investing, okay? But again, all of this is changing, and it's all changing because of technology. I will tell you more tomorrow.